This is Pearl Jardine talking on this end, and I've got a little story to tell. It's a story of my life and the people in my life, and I wrote this, but I never taped it. I wrote this in I think it was 1998. So we will begin. I have charted my ancestors back a long way, but for now, we're only going to go back to my grandmas and grandpas. My life began with my grandpa and grandma, August and Evelina Svensson of Stockholm, Sweden. And they had 3 children, Valentine, Astrid, and Carl Valdemar, which was my dad. And my life also began with my grandma and grandpa, Philip and Mariana Mary Aiani of Rome and Milan, Italy. Now, listen to this. They had 14 children, but only 7 reached adulthood. Charles, Jeanette, Julius, Anna, my mother, Philip, Violet, and Marie were the ones that made it. My mother was the 9th born, but those that died in infancy were Carrie, William, Caroline, William, Willie, Mamie, and later a teenage Harry. Now, I don't know, but it just seems like it wasn't good to be named Carrie or William. They never made it, but they kept on naming them the same thing over and over again. My dad, Carl, left Sweden when he was 17 to come to this promised land, America. He had his brother Valentine, Valley, later told him that he, Valley, didn't want to leave his job in Stockholm. No, he had a job, so why would he go and take a chance? But see, my dad was young. He couldn't find work. I guess times were hard. So he left Sweden. He was only 16. I can't believe that I would let my son go on a boat to a strange land and maybe never see him again. And they never saw him again either. When he went through customs, his name was changed from Carl Valdemar Svensson to Charles Swanson. He couldn't speak English, and he didn't know anyone. He headed for the wheat fields, and he followed the crops, and later on he ended up in Chicago in a Swedish neighborhood. He had a room on Waverly Street on the top floor, and from his window he could see all the Cubs games. Now, he didn't know what the baseball was till he got here, but boy, I'll tell you, he became a big Cubs fan all his life. Cubbies. My ma, Anna, was in the workforce also. First she was in a bean factory. I don't know what she did in a bean factory. That's all I heard, a bean factory. And then she was a bookbinder, and then she was at the National Biscuit Company.